Anchors upsells at full. Welcome to the Sloopcast. How you doing today, Kyle?
Doing all right, Jared. How are you?
Doing good. Oh yeah, it's a new tradition. It's a good tradition. Kyle, I'm scattered. You drive today.
All right, let's drive. Collegiate Chaos, week 13. Got this week and one more week for the regular season, Jared. I know there's a lot of people that don't want to hear that, but here we are.
The playoffs are long now, hopefully.
Oh, I said regular season.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it helps. It helps. You know, we're one day closer to Michigan week, which I'm personally excited for. There's a lot of, you know what, but yeah, tell you what, this is our national episode. I think we're going to have time to goof around a little bit during Know Your Enemy as Rutgers is Rutgers. So I say, well, let's not mess around. Let's get right into the national stuff.
Sure thing. Let's go ahead and start, as always, with our tier list.
All right. My camera's
where do you want to start
today?
Where do you want to start?
I want to start by taking my camera and throwing it in the river. But that's okay. It'll there it goes. Hi, camera. All right. We put a couple teams into S tier. I think 2 weeks ago now, and one of those teams lost.
Yeah, Alabama lost to Oklahoma for the second straight year. How many teams can really say that they beat Alabama 2 straight years? Ooh,
wait a minute. When was the last time that happened? Has Georgia done that recently?
I mean, I would think Georgia might be the right answer, but not going to have time to look into that right now as we're looking at our tier list right here, though. Yep, Georgia losing here. The funny thing is, even with 2 losses, their only loss in the Alabama, that is, yeah. They win. I think they might be in here from what I saw in terms of who has the 3-way tie with Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama. Technically, Alabama has the tiebreaker. I did a search on this, and it goes into the 4th tier tiebreaker, Jared, which is the overall record of conference opponents that they played. And I guess Alabama has that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now it should be, they still need to beat Auburn. And I'm not saying Auburn's good, but Auburn has a tendency to play teams very closely. And, the Iron Bowl is the Iron Bowl. So that could go in a couple different directions. Georgia's done as far as the SEC is concerned. Ole Miss still has to play Mississippi State, and Mississippi State's pretty terrible. So I would say of the 3, obviously Georgia's safe. Ole Miss is safer than Alabama. I fully expect Alabama to beat Auburn, but it's the Iron Bowl. Crazier stuff has happened.
I don't think the only way, so Alabama gets in if Georgia loses. Ole Miss gets in if both Alabama and Georgia lose. Actually, no. Yeah, no, actually Ole Miss can't get in. I don't think they can get in. Either way, I'm thinking too far ahead here. S tier, Ohio State stays in S tier. Indiana stays in S tier. Texas A&M, I think, stays in S tier as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just go out of a limb here and say there's certain programs out there that is saying, oh, look how great of a win this is for Texas A&M. Like, this is a championship caliber team. coming down.
They were
from
saying this during the game.
30-3.
This is what a championship
come back
caliber team does.
Yeah. But yet in that same breath,
they went down that bad to a 3-6 football team.
Look at Ohio State. Like, they don't play anybody, even though Ohio State destroys everybody that they've played.
But Kyle, the SEC. Anyway,
I'll just say that Texas A&M was exposed.
We made this joke last week in regards to Indiana, and how they played a very competitive game and yada yada yada. It is what it is. Listen, there was a point in time in which the SEC was legitimately a much better football conference than the Big Ten. And a lot of people haven't gotten past those talking points yet, or that perception that these teams in the middle of the SEC are like good when they're not. And I think a lot of people are just failing to catch up as far as the new reality of college football. Like USC and Michigan and Iowa are just as good as those middle rung SEC teams, which is to say not very. They're very flawed. Ohio State has a top 3. The SEC has their top 3. 4. SEC is maybe a tad bit deeper, but Ohio State's better than all of them. Indiana might be just as good, if not better, than Texas A&M. So Ohio State is more top heavy than the SEC. I think the SEC is a little bit more well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are more teams in the middle of the SEC that are decent as opposed to the Big Ten.
Sure. Okay. Oregon stays in A tier, takes care of business against Minnesota on Friday. Georgia stays. Ole Miss stays. I don't think Ole Miss played, right? I don't think Ole Miss played. Notre Dame, I think, was on a bye as well. They stay.
No, they destroyed Pitt.
Oh, that's right. They did destroy Pitt. They did. Yes.
Texas Tech, dominant win. Tulane. What did Tulane do? Actually, I've already forgotten. There's still, there's a 4-way tie at the top of the American, if you just want to talk about that for a moment, between them, North Texas, East Carolina, and Navy. Yeah.
Tulane beat FAU 35-24.
Yeah, that's right. FAU's bad. So you got a 4-way tie at the top of the American, which currently, and it's not to say it'll be this way in the end, but currently, Tulane is at the bottom of those top 4.
Sure.
That can change.
Yep. Georgia Tech had to come back to beat Boston College, a 1-10 Boston College team.
Yeah, it was not a good showing for Georgia Tech, but they did win.
They
are much like the American. They are one of 4 teams atop the ACC. They are currently at the top of the tiebreaker.
Yep.
I don't know how it would play out in the end, but Virginia, Pittsburgh, SMU also all have 1 loss. Duke did pick up their 2nd loss, which is why I have them hanging out to potentially drop them down to C. But then we already talked about Alabama, and then we get to Texas.
Texas, they drop, in my opinion, all the way from A to C.
All the way from A to C.
Now, there's a case, Jarrett. There is a case. If you really wanted to.
I tell you what, let's move him down to B for right now.
Hold on. There is a case. If you really want to talk about it, there is a case you can make for putting Texas expectations from the start of the year.
How we already
putting them into M tier.
We already put them into M tier once.
35-10. It was 35-3 in meaningful minutes. Like it was
Hey Kyle. let's have this conversation again after the Texas A&M game. How about that?
All right. So 3 teams in the S tier: Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Oregon, Georgia, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Tulane, Georgia Tech, and Alabama in A tier. Good with that there. But that leaves one team left.
Yeah.
Who would you say would go into that last
team?
Yep.
Are you good with Georgia Tech as the ACC representative? Because I don't want to put 2 ACC teams in.
It's right now. It's anyone's game, really. Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh just got smacked. I don't think SMU's all that good. You could make the case for Virginia if you wanted to have a Georgia Tech versus Virginia conversation, which will end up be the championship game, maybe. Pittsburgh having. Who does Pittsburgh play this weekend? They have a big matchup, right? Is it one of our slew picks, isn't it?
It's Georgia Tech.
Oh, well, there you go. That problem will solve itself.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh stays in B tier because they're right on the bubble. They're right there to get into the ACC championship game. So
they
technically
got
they should stay in the B
embarrassed.
tier.
They got embarrassed by Notre Dame, but
did.
it wasn't the conference game, so it doesn't.
Correct.
The only way Pitt's getting in is via the conference championship game.
100%.
So getting smacked around by Notre Dame doesn't actually affect their playoff chances.
Correct. Yeah.
Duke, however, picking up a second loss does basically move them down to C tier. Second conference loss, I should state. South Florida out. They picked up another conference loss this weekend. They're not one of the 4 teams atop the American Conference currently. Memphis also not among the 4 teams atop the American. So do you feel good dropping these 3 teams out of B tier?
I'm fine with that. Yep, okay. I'm fine with that.
All right, so now we have, Oklahoma picks up a big win against Alabama, but they have 2 conference losses. I think it just kind of depends. Does the SEC place 4 or does the SEC place 5?
So I think right now there's 3 teams to talk about that can be this week put into A tier. Okay. 3 teams. Utah.
No.
Vanderbilt. And BYU. I think those are your 3 teams that you can talk about putting into into our A tier. Those are the 3.
You said Vanderbilt.
Oh wow, we don't even
BYU.
have Oklahoma. Oklahoma goes in. Oklahoma goes in.
Well, hold on. We have Oklahoma. Theoretically, leave Texas. Theoretically, we're playing a game. USC has 1 loss. Michigan has 1 loss. You said Virginia and you said Utah, right?
Mm-hmm. I think Oklahoma, even though they're not going to be able to play in the SEC championship game,
they won't.
They have a real legit shot of getting in. They look at their resume right now. Michigan keeps going up in the rankings. That makes their early season win look better.
Yeah.
They had a one possession loss to Ole Miss. And then the last 2 games here, they beat Tennessee and Alabama, both on the road.
Tennessee
that's
sucks.
Sure, but that's still
no
very good looking on a resume.
I don't. Tennessee's awful. I don't care that the AP insists on ranking them, or that the college football playoff. I mean, if you're talking about what the college football playoff might do, sure, because everyone seems to really like Tennessee, despite the fact that they've literally done nothing.
Sure.
But I'm giving them 0 credit. Like, we'll give them credit for beating Michigan. Now Michigan's a very young football team, and they've gotten better as the year has gone. They were kind of a dog shit team at the beginning of the year. They're better now. The Alabama win's a good win.
Yeah, we do need to pick one team though. My vote is Oklahoma. Which one is your vote?
We currently have 3 Big Ten teams. We have an independent team. We have 4
4 SEC.
4 SEC teams.
1 ACC and 1 Big 12.
Yeah. Hold on.
And then we have Tulane.
No, we have 3 SEC teams. No, I'm sorry, 4.
No,
gosh,
4.
I just wasn't counting Texas A&M. So in my mind, I feel a little more apt. What do I think, or what does the committee think? What are we doing right now?
This is ours. This is ours.
I think it's USC.
As we were recording this here, Jared just saw USC is currently 15th in the CFB. The CFP.
Who do they have as their top 10? Or is that even? Is that fully?
They're still going on right now as we are actively recording this. Oh, there we go. Top 10. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama as your top 10. And then some notes here. BYU 11, Utah 12. Again, those are the teams that I recommended. Miami 13, Vanderbilt 14, USC 15. Texas is down to 17. Michigan is 18. Virginia is 19. Tennessee is 20. And Illinois is 21. And Tulane coming in at 24.
USC, thing is about USC is both good and bad is that they still get to play Notre Dame yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either a big resume item or a loss.
All right, we can keep USC. My vote is Oklahoma, but
nope, I'm gonna let you have it. Have it.
All right. So that is our Week 13 tier list. Again, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M in our S tier, and then rounding out our A tier. No particular order. Oregon, Georgia, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Tulane, Georgia Tech, Alabama, and Oklahoma. And with that, we'll go ahead and take our...
Well, before that, real quick, C tier teams that could be B tier teams. I'm just going to let you just give me a yes or a no. Do these C tier teams belong in B tier? Miami.
C.
James Madison.
B.
I agree. Navy.
C.
They are currently atop the American. They currently have the tiebreaker because they're the only team to play 7 conference games. That's why. But they are 6-1 atop the American right now.
Yeah, I guess put them in B then. Yeah. It is a 4-way tie in that conference.
And the only reason Navy is on top is because they have an extra conference game right now. And by the way, the Army-Navy game is played after the final college football playoff rankings. Interesting.
Hold on. One of these games cannot be a conference game. They play at Memphis and then Army.
Yeah, Army is not in the American.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Is it non-conference then?
I'd have to look.
Are you?
But
because that is played, because I do believe that game is played after the championship game.
it is, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
that might, so if what you're saying is true, and I'll be honest, the conference movement lately has me a bit frazzled. They are in fact in the American. You're correct.
Yeah. So if Tulane or if Navy
I guess that
beats
doesn't
Memphis,
count.
they are in the American Conference Championship game.
Yeah, I guess Army Navy doesn't count as a conference game because it takes place after the conference championship game, which makes sense.
That is so weird. All right. We gotta take an ad break here. All right. TheSloopcast.com is your link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. There you can find our Patreon page, our Discord, YouTube, our merch page. We've added some new things to our merch in our 7071 store. Definitely check those out. Lot of updated designs that Jared has designed and published there for you to look at and purchase if you want to help support Jared and I. You can find those links and much more over at thesloopcast.com. We'll take that ad break and be right back.
All right. Let's do some Sloop picks. Here's the standings. We don't need to talk about those.
Yeah, we do. Go back, Jared.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I got nothing. Listen. I don't want to talk about it. All right, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, well, I will talk about it. Last week, Cousin Jay was our guest picker. Got 4 points. Jared picking up the rear with 2 points, and for 2 weeks now, yours truly wins the Sloop picks for the week.
No, Austin won it week before last.
I said for the second week this season.
Oh, my bad.
I am 3 games up on our guest pickers and 9 points, Jared, up on you.
Yeah. Listen, I want to state for the record, sorry.
Okay. All right, let's get into the Sloop picks this week here.
Sloop picks. We unfortunately did not get... we were supposed to have Zach as a guest picker this week. I don't know. He may have just gotten busy or something. So just Kyle and I this week, which is fine. We move forward. What game's up? What do we got?
Yeah. All right. First, we got Oklahoma hosting Missouri, noon kickoff, and the Sooners are a 9.5 point favorite in this one. Why don't you go first, Jared? Who do you got in this one?
Missouri's got something to prove. Oklahoma, even sitting there at 8-2 on the bubble to get into the playoffs, maybe on the right side of the bubble, but that's yet to be seen for sure. I don't think... Who does Oklahoma play last week of the season?
LSU.
Yeah, so, 2 tough-ish games to finish the year out to get a playoff berth. They'll be playing motivated. 9.5 feels like a lot, but I believe in them. I'm going to take the Sooners. I actually don't believe in them. I just also don't believe in... I just believe in Missouri even less, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Oklahoma fan.
Yeah, Oklahoma going to have to play lights out. They're on that edge there to get in. They win out, they're in. That's how the team's going to look at it, and I think Oklahoma is going to come out and with a win here. So I'll take the Sooners to cover the 9.5 points. 10.5? Maybe not, but I'll take Oklahoma here. All right, next up here on the outside looking in, maybe a chance here. An odd pick. Probably the first time we've ever had them in this Sweet Picks here. Maybe both teams, so. Actually. Maybe both teams. James Madison.
That can't be true. We've had to have picked Washington State before.
I don't know.
We've been doing this 10 years. It has to have come up at some point.
Maybe. We are picking the Dukes of James Madison and Washington State. It is being played in Harrisonburg, Virginia, where the Dukes are a 13.5 point favorite. It is my pick here. Let me go back to my picks, make sure I got it. Yep. I do have the Dukes to win here. Washington State's just, yeah, I don't trust them at all. And James Madison's just, they have a lot to prove here. They're really wanting that shot to get in there, and they may get in. We'll see how things play out here.
You said win and cover?
And cover. Yes. And cover.
How many points am I down to you right now?
9.
I need to make up some games. Give me Washington State.
Are you haven't picked these games yet, Jared? Because behind the curtain here, I've already made my picks in the CBS already. They're locked in already.
Do you see my picks not made yet?
I
need to make up games. I'm 9 games behind you, and we have 2 full weeks, and then the abbreviated championship week. I got to make up games on you.
Sure. All right, we're going to move on. All right, next up here, 3:30 game. Pair of former Pac-12 teams going at it. Oregon and USC. The Ducks at home is a 9.5 point favorite. And Jared, I think this is going to be a close one. I will pick the Trojans to cover in this game.
Kyle picking the Trojans.
Actually, this was supposed to be your pick first, but
I'm not complaining.
And
Oregon,
I am not Chet.
No, you're not. You're not Chet. You are Kyle. And I'm Jared. And I'm picking Oregon because I need to make up some games on you.
All right. I'm going to let you pick 2 games in a row here. So
that's not how that works.
All right. Next up here, we have Maryland hosting those cheaters up north team.
Yeah.
And Maryland is a 13.5 point underdog, 4 p.m. kickoff. What do you got in this one, Jared?
It's your turn. Well, no, because I picked James Madison, or excuse me,
I did.
I picked Oklahoma, Missouri first. Then you picked James Madison, Washington State first, and therefore it would
Oregon
make sense
by accident
that Maryland, Michigan would be your turn because it goes back and forth like that. Okay. 13.5 points too much. Give me the Turtles.
I got those cheaters up north covering.
Yes.
They're just their defense is just too good. I just don't see Maryland scoring that many points.
Honestly, that's a fair assessment. That's probably why I'm bad at this.
All right. Next up is Georgia Tech hosting Pittsburgh. Our game of the week here. 7 o'clock kickoff. Pretty much loser is out. The loser of this game is out of the playoff hunt here. Georgia Tech in this game is a 2.5 point favorite at home.
No, it is actually your turn now.
Okay. I have the Yellow Jackets to cover in this one here. Just a gut feeling. This is pretty much a pick 'em. Who's going to win the game? So I'll pick Georgia Tech.
Do you know my little brother graduated from Pitt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I take Pitt, and and that's the only reason. It's not because I need to pick opposite of you to make up some games. That's not why.
All right. And next up here we have Cincinnati hosting BYU. Is Cincinnati still in it? I actually haven't looked. Is Cincinnati still? I know that they've lost a few games here.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, BYU has one loss in the Big 12, and then
Cincinnati has two.
But that's the thing, is just like, if either BYU or
Utah
Texas,
has the tiebreaker. Utah has that tiebreaker. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the big.
They need
problem.
Cincinnati needs a lot. Cincinnati needs a lot of help, but BYU needs to win here to stay alive in the Big 12 conference here.
It is pretty big if Cincinnati wins this game, because one of the teams with one loss that needs to lose is BYU.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, as you pointed out, however, that doesn't put Cincinnati in to replace BYU. That would put, I think, probably Utah in.
Sure.
Cincinnati doesn't play, Cincinnati has not played well away from home, but luckily for them, they aren't away from home. BYU seems dominant one game and bad the next. Not really a body clock issue, as this is being played at 8:00. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those mighty Mormons.
Yep, I got the Cougars as well in this one. Got the Cougars.
Okay, right, Kyle, we'll cover this next game in detail on the Thursday episode called Know Your Enemy. So, in one word, Ohio State at home minus 30.5 against Rutgers. Who do you have?
We got the team in Scarlet.
Haha. Hilarious.
Who do you have, Jared? Who do you have, Jared?
I picked first last time.
I know. I said I picked the team in Scarlet.
It's so funny because they both wear scarlet. Who'd you pick?
Them Buckeyes.
That's me.
All right. And as Jared is getting those last red X's on the chalkboard here, we're going to go right into...
I'm taking the Scarlet Knights because I think Ryan Day is going to try to end this game as quickly as possible and move on to Michigan week, and probably not score a ton of points along the way. Heavy run game.
Yeah. All right. Last game here, or not last game. Last section of our episode here is our chaos theory. If you're new here and not sure what our chaos theory is, it is a game that we pick where we think an unranked team beats a ranked team. Our guest picker has only won 1 week so far this year, Jared. Only 1 week.
And they're not going to hear winning this week.
They're not getting this week either. Last week, nobody won. Nobody won the last 2 weeks here. So I think we're due. We're due for one here.
I already have my pick. I already have my pick entered into Photoshop.
Okay.
So we'll let you pick, and then I'll reveal my answer.
Sure. So we are picking. Well, here's a question now, Jared. Well, I guess you already picked your. I guess you already picked yours.
It's the AP.
So it's going to be.
It's the AP. We've covered this the last few episodes. It's the AP.
Gosh. Okay. So I've got.
Were you not just giving me crap for not having my picks done before we started the show, and now you're doing this?
I am. Yes, you're right.
It's almost like you're a hypocrite.
Even though I have them winning in the sweep picks here, the points just is a lot. It's too much to pass up. So I'll take the Bearcats. I'll take Cincinnati as my chaos theory.
And how many points is that worth?
I gotta look because this has the updated. Oh, they're ranked the same in the AP as well. So 11. So that is 15 points.
I think that's a solid pick.
I think some other ones that you could pick here. If you really wanted to, you could go with Maryland upsetting the Cheaters up north team.
Their offense is too bad.
I think Kentucky over Vanderbilt could be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. I that was actually the second one. That's the second one I would have picked.
Mm-hmm. Another one, I'm not a fan of it, but you could pick the Hokies over Miami. I don't think that's a good one either.
Virginia
though.
Tech's bad.
Yeah. So who do you got, Jared?
Arkansas. Arkansas defeating Oklahoma. Arkansas has been playing teams close. Like pull up Arkansas's schedule. And they've I think the last 4 games, maybe
they are
4 or
on
5
an
games.
8-game losing streak.
They've yet to win a conference game. They're due. That's how the gambler's fallacy works. But look at all their losses and tell me how many points they've lost
in conference. The largest loss that they had was against Auburn, 33-24, a 9-point loss. All the other ones here
within a score.
They lost by 6 to Ole Miss. They lost to Memphis too. They got destroyed by Notre Dame. 3-point loss to Tennessee. 3-point loss to Texas A&M. 3-point loss to Mississippi State. And then a 1-point loss to LSU.
Oh, but wait a minute. You told me they got destroyed by 2 non-SEC teams?
Well, they got destroyed by Notre Dame, but they did lose to Memphis.
Yeah, that's an American Conference school. Losing to them is getting destroyed. But Kyle, I was told that the SEC...
Where's it at? Where's it at?
Make them beg for mercy, Kyle. Make them beg for mercy. All right. Make them beg for mercy. All right.
All right, cool.
I'm taking Arkansas. They've played every single SEC team close. Only one of those losses coming by more than a score, and even that was only 9 points.
Sure. All right, cool.
I think they're due.
All right, awesome. I think that's it. I think that is our chaos theory. If Jared, you win, you would gain 16 points,
which
to be down just by 3 points then.
Right, and we might not have an opportunity for the championship games. Those will be a lot of ranked on ranked matchups.
100%,
there might not.
Yeah.
There might not be a lot of opportunity to. I have to hit this, I think is the point.
Yeah. All right. That is it. That is all we have, Jared.
All right. That's it. Kyle, what do you have in Kyle's corner?
The booms keep coming, Jared. The booms keep coming. We had a lot since we last talked. 3 of them. 3 of them? 2. Just 2. We had a flip from Wake Forest. We had linebacker Braxton Rembert. And just earlier today, we have a 2027 kid, a offensive tackle, Brody McNeil from Richmond, Virginia, committing to Ohio State too. Again, that one, the 27 class. Braxton is a 26 class too. A lot of flips from Ohio State. These past to Ohio State. The past 10 days here. It's been very, very good for them Buckeyes.
Absolutely. All right. Big recruiting. Why I want like, hey, everyone in the Discord server keeps saying like, hey, it feels like last year we were getting guys flipped from us. Now we're getting a bunch of guys flipped to us. One, national championship will do that for you. quite frankly. 2, Ohio State's losing a lot of talent. They lost a lot of talent last year. They're losing a lot of talent this year, which means there's room in the budget. Because that's how college football works now.
Yeah. All right. One last quick thought, Jared, like 2 sentences. Thoughts about Virginia Tech hiring James Franklin.
I think it's a great hire. Virginia Tech is not a program that has national championship aspirations, or at the very least, they are very far away from that goal. And I think James Franklin's a very good program builder. I think the people at Virginia Tech would love to go 10-2 every year. And that's who and I think he can get them there. I legitimately think he can get them there. In a weakened ACC, he can get them there. Because it will be weakened soon. Grant of right deal ends in 2027. You're going to see a flight from the ACC at that point. Is Virginia Tech left behind? Do they come along to maybe the SEC? They're kind of one of those fringe teams that they maybe might not. But yeah, it's regardless of any of that, I think he has the capability of getting them to being a 9-10 win team.
Right.
There's lots of great talent in that. I mean, he's not even moving recruiting territory. The Virginia Tech and State College are not far from one another. So he's recruiting in the same territory. He should be fine. I think he'll be good.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. All right, that's all I got here, Jared.
All right. Tonight's ending music, just like on Monday, will be brought to you by the Dopamines, a punk band from Dayton. I think it's Dayton. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course, push local podcasters. Once again, these are the Dopamines.